signal is not very good this morning, so hopefully it holds out. I was listening to Brene Brown this morning. If you've never heard anything of her, she's absolutely amazing. And she was talking about this story. So she painted this picture, and it was like, oh my gosh, it was so profound to me. She said, okay, so here's a movie, and we're all watching this movie. And there's two kids in the back seat. It's Christmas season. They're on their way to Grandma's house to celebrate Christmas with Grandma. And the Christmas music is on, and then Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer comes on, and the kids start singing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and the camera pans around the front of the car and looks at the mom and dad and zooms out. What happens next? And so, and if you're brave enough to put your answer down at the bottom, I was really shocked what she said next, because what popped in my head was it was panning to get the mom and dad so they could see mom and dad look at each other, look in the back seat, and start singing with the kids. And she said 85% of the people say, I was taken aback. I stopped because I was listening. I was kind of getting stuff together, and I stopped, and I kind of got a little bit closer and sat down and started listening to her, and I was like, wow, you know, and she said, 85% of the people have a negative answer. And she said that is the framework of our life, which is invulnerability. And when really mindset of constantly doing positive self-improvement and watching the right videos, and every single day and throughout the day, when I have a bad moment in the day, I either listen to a certain CD in my car, or if I'm stopped, I'll actually watch like a 5-minute video to get my thinking straight, to realign my thinking in the right place. And that was really hard to hear this morning, is that 85% of the people, because of the news, because of the media, because of, she mentioned Law and Order, is always looking for the bad stuff and always looking for the tragedy in life. And, that was, I think about the news today, that everybody is dying, and don't connect with anybody, and don't, separate yourself from people, and be afraid to touch people, and be cautious, and don't get too close. And I understand there's a space for that, but my concern is that we disconnect, because if you're living in fear, you can't live in joy. And, I wanted to start crying, because I'm so grateful that my answer was the right answer. I have the most amazing dogs. I have the most amazing husband who just absolutely adores me and loves me. I love what I do for a living. I love what I do for people, making a positive impact in people's lives to improve their quality of life. Because I wasn't that way 21 years ago. 21 years ago, I was negative, and I was frustrated, and I was angry at everything. At everything, at my bank account. It was my fault. I'm the one that ran up the credit card debt. Nobody told me to. I'm the one that spent the money, didn't invest the money. I was a good deal of my divorce, I'm sure, because of my anger and my disposition that everything was going to go wrong, and people were wrong, and people were going to rob, steal, lie, cheat, And now 21 years later, I really, 90% of the time, I'm filled with joy. I'm filled with expectation. I'm filled with, even though tragedy comes, none of us get out of here without scars. But nevertheless, it's taking a step back and saying, okay, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? How can this make me connect with other people better? And, I think vulnerability is strength. When you can cry on a live Facebook, you can be real. You can laugh and expect greatness from people. Um, I think that's where our world will start to. Woman dies first. I'm like, this is a stupid movie. I don't want to watch this. It better make me laugh. Madagascar is like one of my favorite. Ratatouille is one of my favorite. Change that. My life has completely changed in 21 years, and it happened way before that. But it's been a process, and you ebb back, and you have negative thoughts, and you think bad stuff, but then you catch it as fast as you can and say, well, that just doesn't happen to me. My affirmation is I never get sick. Now, I do get a cold every once in a while, and get the flu, but my affirmation is I never get sick. Bad things don't ever happen to us. Things always work in our favor, even though it looks bad. In there, it's a great, great video to watch. I'm going to put that in our group me for our team so our team can watch that, because it's real powerful that we stay vulnerable with each other and sensitive to each other so we can connect and love each other better. So with that, I love you guys so much. Hope you have a fantastic